Hello everyone and welcome back to Hutan Pantai. This is the multiplayer co-op with Nordic farming and we've reached episode number 3. And today we've got a few jobs and it's going to span a couple of months. And the first job is we have got to fertilise some of the fields we drilled last time. We put long grain rice in field 27 ahead of me there, and in a new purchase, field 32, we harvested that with wheat last time, and then we turned it over and drilled some peas. And that is going to be needing some herbiciding today. If we take a little look at the soil composition page, we can see that it does absolutely need weeding, and then also they need the secondary level of fertiliser, field 32 and 27, which has got our long grain rice. So those are the first jobs we are seeing to. Nordic is on fertiliser duty, I am on herbicide duty, so I'm going to jump in the Kubota and we'll head over to the store. Need to get a sprayer and a IBC of herbicide, and hopefully we are then away. Better watch out for the truck. Let's get the beacons on. Alright, store is dead ahead. Let's grab a sprayer and some herbicide. Now for sprayers, we are going to go for this Hardy Mega 1200 litre, and we can buy that for 30,500. And we're also going to get the accompanying front tank so we can extend the amount of herbicide we're carrying. 1 IBC of herbicide, 2,000 litres, that should do us for 2,400. Right, reason for choosing the Kubota over the Zeki is that we needed the front attacher to grab the tank, and what we can do is just grab the back part of the sprayer. The attachment is this side, I thought it was the other side, but here we go. Let's back up to it and pick it up. And then between the sprayer and the extension tank we have enough to carry the full IBC back to the farm, so no transportation worries. And that's the front filled up now, so we've taken the whole IBC. Okay, now we can head on back and get the spraying of the herbicide underway, get rid of those weeds. Oh, it certainly is very misty in this valley section. Made it back, and what is nice to see is our long grain rice has germinated quite nicely in the field to the left of me, so it'd be nice to get that fertilised. I think Nordic sorted that field first of all, and then we will have to flood that field now that a month has passed since we grew it, or planted it rather. Okay, this is the field we want for herbiciding. Let's just watch out for the traffic. And where is Nordic? I think he is at the top of the hill. So let's get extended, shall we? Unfolded. Brilliant. And we'll need to set up our steering assist for this. Let's just get set up. So we want steering assist and 24 meters width. Yeah, we just want to do the one headland because it's quite a large area. And I think we are good. Excellent, so it should be as easy for me as watching out for the telegraph pole. That would help. We can turn off the beacons, get lined up with H. There we go, and start spraying. There we go. Weeds are being eradicated. Let's get this sprayed, and then Nordic will follow us with the fertiliser. Dipping back into the fog, and we have herbicided that entire field. Quite a transformation, and it's amazing to see how many weeds there actually were. Right, let's just park up on the side of the road. And there was a slight row of shame at the end there because the sprayer did not quite get the full width in the natural headland and rows. But here we go. We have herbicided lots of weeds that have been destroyed here. But we can see the peas have germinated through and have these little thistly bits sticking up out of the ground now. So it'll be nice to see the growth stages of peas as we go through. But yeah, I'm not sure why there are so many weeds in this field. Very dense indeed. But let's jump back in the Kubota. We have got to park up the sprayer. A new addition to the farm inventory, the sprayer. That might come in handy again when we re-drill the field up here, which has currently got soybeans in. And yeah, after we've done the field flooding of the long grain rice, I think we're going to be skipping ahead of a month. So the soybeans are ready to harvest, and then we'll be merging these two fields together on the left and getting them prepped and ready to re-drill with spinach, which will be exciting to get underway. But yeah, let's drop the sprayer off somewhere convenient. I'm thinking there's a nice gap there between those two sheds. That's caught my attention for a nice little parking spot, and it looks like it's going to fit, so that is perfect. Let's just lower down the sprayer. Followed by the extension tank. Oh, bit of curb. Just raise it up a little bit, lower it down again, and drop it off. There we go, fantastic. Right, let's park up, and I think we're meeting Nordic over by field 27, where the long grain rice is, so we can flood that field. Feel like I've been a little bit behind Nordic this morning. Sorry Nordic, I got caught up doing some spraying duties. But yes, we need to flood this field now because long grain rice, you drill whilst the field is dry. But we are ready to flood now. So I think if we interact with the old pump, it will say water level too low, flood the field to avoid crop damage. So there we go. It is now filling to the appropriate level. That is good. And again, it'll be nice to see this in the next month, to see how well it has grown. There we go. A month has been and gone. And oh, our long grain rice field, which we flooded, has grown up another growth stage. That is looking nice and good. Slightly golden on the tips. And yes, we should have, hopefully, the right amount. Oh no, we've had to top it up again, so that is fine. Excellent. Right, well, let's go check out the other rice fields where we have had them flooded. And I think it's time for them to be drained so that the final stages of growth can be achieved for the rice. Here we go. This is our short grain rice, or just plain rice. And if we go here, okay, it has already emptied, and it's saying that we don't need to reflood these. So, in fact, I think it's just used the water, it's consumed it, and it's all good. I think that is the same for this field down here. So yeah, that is pretty handy. Naturally, our fields have consumed the water in them, or the rice has, and we do not have to drain it. So that is interesting. Right, we can see across the road our soybeans are ready to harvest now. Indeed, field 29 with the soybeans is ready to harvest. So the plan is we will harvest that up. And then field 28, we are going to merge into field 29. And I think that has some ploughing that needs to be done as part of it. Yep, there we go. It needs ploughing. So we will see once we've harvested 29 if that needs ploughing as well. If not, we can just plough 28, merge it, and then cultivate both. Nordic, I think, is dashing for the truck. So we have a place to unload to. Yep, he is. Fantastic. So we'll get that stashed next to the field. I'll jump in the first harvester. And we can get that over near the field. Head on. And I can see the lizard dragon is parked in the distance there near the road. So we should be good to get started. We can beacon off. and see whereabouts the best place to start is for this harvest. I'm thinking the straightest line is probably this one, to be fair. So let's just take a little look at what the best route is. Cool, so we are set on the working width and 2 headlands. So we will click OK, and we can just head back a little bit to make sure we get the whole part of the field and lower away. And we are off, harvesting our soybeans. Well, that was very convenient. We managed to harvest the whole field without needing to unload, and now we can dispatch the soybeans into the lizard dragon here. Should be enough from both hoppers to not fill up the trailer on this lizard dragon. I certainly don't want to be taking the harvester over to the silo unload again, because it is a little bit too tight for a big vehicle such as the harvester. Right, we can get the header dropped off and parked back up. We'll see how many soybeans we managed to gather from that field in total. But next job is going to be on to ploughing field 28, I think it is, where we have the lime down, and then merging it into field 29, 28, one of the 20s. Oops, I've completely missed the fact that the trailers are in the field over to this side. There we go. Right, we'll get the harvesters parked up, and then, yeah, we are going to need to buy some plows from the store because we don't have any plows. 6,398 soybeans. That is pretty good from a relatively small field. So let's get this over to the silo, and then it's over to the store to grab some plows. I think we need to utilise the Deutz and the Kubota for the plows. Right, Nordic is ready and waiting over there. We will jump in the Deutz and go fetch plows. I think Nordic is going in the Kubota. But let's head on over there and we can get gone with the ploughing. Oh, I seem to have some tree in the cab. That is very interesting. Let's squeeze out of here. I can't remember if this is the first time I'm looking in the Deutz, but looking very nice and jazzy. Back at the store. Frequent visitors today. Let's park up and grab some ploughs. But before we do, we can see that field 29, which we've just harvested, does not need ploughing, so that's good. It's only going to be field 28. So Nordic has gone ahead and bought the plows, and I can't quite remember the model, but I think it's the second biggest plow as part of the base game. We'll see in a second. Is the AgroMash POV 5XL. There we go. So we have got that attached, and we want to just flick that into transportation mode, which is like that. There we go. We're not going to impale any other motorists as we drive or drag along the ground. Climbing up the hill in the hazy fog, and we can set ourselves to ploughing and merging the field. So we'll see how it's best to tackle this, but we'll probably follow Nordic's lead. Let's just get that unfolded, and yes, we'll need to flip it to the other side like Nordic has. There we go, Nordic is off, so let's get this field ploughed and merged. Okay, so we have ploughed up field 28 and connected it now to field 29. I'm pretty sure that is the right number, but I will check. And next it's cultivating. So cultivating the bit we've just ploughed and then cultivating over the harvested soybeans. Yet again need a parking space for some new equipment. I'm thinking probably in this little section down here might suffice. Probably are in need of some more shed space in this part of the yard. But yeah, let's just get this unfolded again and lowered and dropped off. There we go. Perfect. Right, cultivators next. Grab one of these. Nordic will follow us, I'm sure. Here he is with his trusty plough. Here he is. Right, cultivators out to the ready. Right, we'll start over in this bit, and it turns out that I am setting up the steering assist. So let's just drive into the field and see what we've got to play with. Okay, so we've taken a little look and had a play, and working with is 3 meters. We've got 3 headlands, and the work direction we've manually set to 145 degrees to give us some good rows. So we're going to... Oh, no course detected. Let's drive in a bit further. There we go. Right, so we should have a course, and we can drive off now. GPS or steering assist has kicked in. So we are good. We've got 3 headlands, and then some rows to do. So yeah, we've now got a larger and merged field to cultivate up. So Nordic and I will see you when we are finished. Lifting up, and that is the field all cultivated nicely. It is a rather oddly shaped field now we have extended it, but nonetheless it is bigger, and that other field was so small it wasn't even worthy of having its own sort of crop in it and managing the field as an independent field. Now it is part of a larger field, and we can swap the cultivators for seed drills. And as mentioned, we are going to be drilling spinach, which is another new crop in FS25. So that's going to be interesting to see through the various stages. And of course, we have gone another month forward, so it'd be nice to see what the peas look like in their second stage growth. Great Plains drill. We'll get the covers open and top up with seed and fertilizer, although they're still pretty full from when we drilled the peas and the long grain rice, so that's not too shabby. There we go, we can fill with seed. There we go, and yeah, I think that's it for that compartment. And head on to the next silo where we can open up other covers and get the solid fertilizer in there. Perfect, right, and then we want to select spinach. There we go. Right, I think Nordic is up the other end. There he is. He's starting off this headland this time around. Let's see what he's configured for the steering assist, and we can follow suit. Oh, so we've got the working width, 3 headlands, and work direction of 125 degrees. That is looking good. So we can set the drill on, lower away, toggle the GPS, and sometimes it is fun and games as to whether the steering assist or GPS selects the headland or the row. So yeah, something to be conscious of, but I think we're following the right track. There we go. There we go. That's the spinach all nicely drilled, which is good to see. And just tidied up the last little row there. This field has actually been quite good to work in and around. Right, I'm going to take a slight little detour on the way back because I want to inspect the peas. Now they are at their second stage of growth, and of course next time it would be nice to see the spinach once it has grown up another level. Let's take a little meander on down here. So the weeds that we have cleared away have stayed away, which is nice. Let's hop out here and just take a little look. Okay, so the peas have grown up ever so slightly, but the plants themselves are still very, very small. So yeah, maybe peas are a long growing crop. But one thing Nordic and I noticed is that drilling the spinach, it used the tiniest fraction of seed. We're on 99% seed, and it used the amount of solid fertilizer that we would expect. So yeah, that's fine, but yeah, very little seed, which is interesting to say the least. Right, Nordic is parked up and waiting for us, and yeah, it's been a bit of an all-round day, lots of different jobs to keep ourselves busy. Right, I think the other drill goes in this corner here, so let's get that parked up without trying to smash too much into the water tank. There we go. Dropped off. Put the Deutz back where we found it. Fantastic. So it's been a busy day. We've done some fertilizing, some herbiciding, then some soybean harvesting. And then we got on to flipping that field after we expanded it, and then we drilled some spinach. So I really do look forward to harvesting the peas and the spinach once they are ready. But I think next month we're hopefully going to have a rice harvest to do. That's the short grain rice. So that will be exciting again. But that is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like us to do, then feel free to leave a comment. And also check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's session. Hope to see you again next time. But until then, we'll see you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.